Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. It's January 2nd, 2022. And tonight, this is my second video here, we're gonna talk about Project Veritas. They responded, or did they? Did they? I don't know. You tell me. I got a text. I didn't even see this until it is slightly after New Year's. I hit the text icon on my phone and saw some text that I had gotten. I hadn't checked in a few days. And I saw this was one of them. So I called this number back and I left it a message twice to finish the message. And now this is anonymous. This is what Project Veritas does. I guess, the little babies over there. This is Project Veritas. Please stop calling. Every sentence they think ends with an exclamation point. At this point, as soon as we see your phone number, your message gets deleted. So stop wasting your time, exclamation point. Let's keep the line open for valid tips. Oh, providing Project Veritas proof that all environmental voices are preventing solutions frauds isn't a valid tip. No, it's a valid tip, and it's something that needs to be exposed. It's just Project Veritas isn't interested in it. Yeah. So that's where the problem is here. But look at what babies they are. Now, is this really from Project Veritas? I'll tell you, when I called it, you just get a beep. You don't get, hey, this is so-and-so, leave a message, Nope, you just get a beep and leave a message. And so that's kind of their MO, their secretiveness of them. But, for a company that goes out and ambushes people and demands that everybody answer to them, and then makes these people look bad when they don't just answer to Project Veritas, who appointed itself God. Project Veritas loves making them look bad and implying that they're bad, but yet this is Project Veritas's behavior. Yeah. Right here, we're gonna listen to O'Keefe for a little bit here.
Let's keep in mind Salesforce, which is just a cloud-based customer relationship management tool, or CRM, feels they are somehow the arbiter of truth. Why do they think they have the authority to police freedom of speech?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that, O'Keefe? Could you say that one more time?
Tool, or CRM, feels they are somehow the arbiter of truth. Why do they think they have the authority to police freedom of speech? Funny enough.
Yeah, I don't know, James. Probably the same way you think you have the authority to police corruption, when you want to. Even though you fraudulently say you don't have an agenda, we know that's not true just from A, your work, and B, thank you, Mario, who told us you have an agenda by telling us you're looking for specific information. So, O'Keefe, who appointed you God and makes you think that everybody in the world has to answer to you? We've all seen O'Keefe ambush people. There's one, here's another when he calls Benny. This is what Project Veritas does. They ambush, and then they let you know that we can't get a comment from anyone. Yeah, that's about what Project Veritas does. And then right here, that they did get a comment.
I'm personally still waiting on a reply from Salesforce Legal. I don't know who that is.
Oh, he doesn't know who Salesforce Legal is. Well, you know what? This right here is a reply from Project Veritas Legal, where you only know it's from Project Veritas Legal from their email address because they don't even bother to sign it. So O'Keefe is out here, putting down these people for their legal team signing it without a name. But Project Veritas's legal team, again, is so secretive and so juvenile, they don't even put a name on it. Yeah, so give it a rest, O'Keefe. You know, this guy's just silly. Okay, so he continues.
Who that is, for an explanation as to why they specifically made a business decision not to extend their relationship with Project Veritas.
Oh, and as opposed to Project Veritas making a business decision to have not even decided to explore exposing the entire fraudulent environmental industry. Okay, so just because it's not Project Veritas's agenda, regardless of O'Keefe's fraudulent statements that they don't have an agenda, that's bull. It's proven by their work and by Mario. But O'Keefe is everything that he criticizes others for being. But here O'Keefe continues.
As I said in the email, we are a journalism organization. I also asked, does Salesforce intend to cancel other journalism clients? You decide. Again, we are citizen journalists. We investigate all types of corruption. We pride ourselves in having no agenda. Also, contrary to popular belief, we have never and will never align ourselves with any political party. Veritas exposes the truth, period.
That's right here. Now here they're, ambushing somebody else because that's what they do, but yet they expose the truth, period, with no agenda. You just heard O'Keefe in words say that again. Yet somehow the entire environmental industry is given a pass. And because, let's keep the line open for valid tips. Well, one, my tips and proof are valid. There is nothing not valid about them. And one way you can know that's true is that right here is an email that I'm sending to Project Veritas tonight and Laura Logan. I'm like, some juvenile sent me an anonymous text message saying stop calling. But, down here I point out that you can read what I send them. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep calling while you keep demanding answers, while you keep fraudulently stating you expose everybody and that you're about the truth, the one truth, and blah, blah, blah. But one thing I say here is, your legal team didn't come after me because they can't. Not even when I've been putting out on the World Wide Web, Project Veritas and its leader, O'Keefe, are fraudulent in many of their statements and promotion of Project Veritas and O'Keefe. That is because your winning legal team can't. I'm right. Okay? See, I have valid tips. If I didn't have valid tips, then I wouldn't be able to say the valid things I say about Project Veritas and O'Keefe. That they don't expose everybody, that they do have an agenda. And if that were the case, the legal team would be coming after me. Somebody at this point would be getting a restraining order. Right? Why are we stop this girl from bothering us? This right here is actually it's a draft from right here. If we go to my draft files right here on December 13th, 8:29 p.m. Oh, that's because I brought it up before. Oh, right here. But it started on December 13th. Okay. Oh, well, this is the one I'm sending out tonight. This is mine. I haven't sent it, but I started to write it. I said, either get me legally bound to not bother you or do your job and expose the entire environmental industry. Now, I haven't sent this out yet. I kind of stopped writing it. I just put it there. And it came in handy tonight because I proved by, my email drafts box here that this, I've been thinking about this. But the fact of the matter is, it's true that Project Veritas can't legally do anything to me because what I say is true, which means that regardless if Project Veritas doesn't want some valid tips, to expose the one environmental truth there is out there, I do provide it. And the thing is, oh, that's right. What does Project Veritas say about them? Oh, let's go to their overview. Oh yeah, there's their guerrilla journalists. Okay, they could, those journalists right there, all faces smeared out. They could, have Gore and Greta and the United Nations and Billie Jean King and Jay Inslee and Mr. B.S. Bernie Sanders and Bill McKibben and Robert Redford and Sundance and Oasis Crazy and everybody else running from their camera, but they won't, because environmentally, they're just not going to achieve a more ethical and transparent society. Environmentally, their mission statement is to investigate and expose corruption, dishonesty, self-dealing, waste, fraud, or other misconduct in public and private institutions in order to achieve a more ethical and transparent society. Well, let me tell you, environmentally, nothing is transparent. Everything is a lie that is allowed to continue because Project Veritas won't work to its mission statement environmentally, and its lawyers won't come after me for calling them fraudulent in stating that they expose everybody, that they don't have an agenda, that James O'Keefe wouldn't say anything, he doesn't, blah blah blah. We all know, what James O'Keefe's out there saying. So right now, I'm going to send this, and I do tell them that your legal team isn't going to come. That's why I someday I'll send this, but this has been since the 13th a draft in my drafts folder here, right? This is just, but they can't come after me because what I say is true. Just like Gore can't come after me, Redford, Sundance can't come after me. What I say is true. And that right there, regardless of if the juveniles at Project Veritas can't figure it out because they don't want to, is a valid tip. And it is something that needs to be exposed. So, like I told Project Veritas in this email here, if we go to my sent folder here, we can right here, I say, I will keep bothering you until you stop doing everything, until you stop saying, you're about the truth, the one truth, until you say that suddenly you don't care about tyranny. You know what? We don't have to save America from tyranny, and, that we expose everybody and that you stop demanding answers from others and blah, blah, blah. Everything that Project Veritas does, that they go and put a spotlight on people for doing. Until Project Veritas does that, I'm going to keep bothering them. So, to make things short, why don't we do that now? Yeah. And look, I put it out on their website and then out on their Facebook page, and then people attack me. Oh, I'm just whatever. They're just juveniles out there. So let's call Project Veritas. I have been thinking that I have to, just for time wise, do less extensions every night. So I'll just do the president and administration here. Okay. We're going to press 2 for the president. Now they're going to say that they're going to delete these. But you know what? Will they actually delete them? Security-wise, that's not so smart. When you are finished, please hang up or touch pound for more options. Hey, Project Veritas president, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. I got a text, an anonymous text, so I don't really know who it's from. Some juvenile who doesn't put a name to something, telling me to stop calling because once you see my number, you're going to delete my messages. Well, you know what? I'm not going to stop calling. The only thing that's changed, really, because I've been leaving these messages for a while for the tips line and for your line and for the media line occasionally. The only thing that's changed, really, is that I've been putting this out on the World Wide Web. And now I just started leaving messages for your administration office. So maybe there's a snowflake over there that just can't handle the truth. And, in order to keep his or her job, I just got to worship O'Keefe. And now that truth is getting to that person, they just can't hear it. Well, you know what you do in that case? You do the right thing. Yeah, that's what you do. You do the right thing. So you know what? If you want to keep deleting these messages, which as I say in an email, I'm not really sure you will. This is from a place where O'Keefe. Now here's one picture of him with it. It looks like a bulletproof vest over his shoulder. Says press at the top. We just see him sitting down. But I've seen another one picture of him with a beige, definite bulletproof vest over him. And you would think that by telling me to go away, you might think I'm some lunatic or crazy, which I'm not. So at a minimum, security will listen to these, but these aren't intended for security. We don't need security. We need you to do your job. We need O'Keefe to do your job. I do have valid tips. I do have valid proof. I am the one environmental truth that there is so that we can have a transparent environmental society. Okay? Yeah. And you know what? Why didn't I get a notice from your legal team that, you know, I'm going to get a restraining order or something for me to stop bothering you? Well, wow, that would be pretty funny to put out on the World Wide Web. But two, you wouldn't be able to get one because I'm just doing what you do and I'm valid and I have valid tips. So when I say Project Veritas is fraudulently stating you expose everyone, or that you're about the one truth, or that O'Keefe would never say anything he wouldn't stand behind, on and on and on and on and on, I can prove that it's actually false what you're saying. You are fraudulently stating these things. Otherwise, your legal team would be coming after me. So right now, for the sake of the World Wide Web out here, I'm not going to take up too much of their time. I'm going to call your administration line, and I'm going to keep calling and emailing you. Yeah, yep. Okay. So I just hung up there, and we will call back here. Okay, ring. Okay, so now I forgot. We'll wait for administration. Okay. Please record your voice message. So I press 5 for administration. Please hang up or touch pound for more options. Hey, Project Veritas administration. This is Eileen, the environmental educator, who's recording this message I'm leaving you tonight and putting it out in video. But you know what? I'm shortly after New Year's, like a minute or two, I hit the text icon on my phone, and I haven't checked my text in a few days. And on the 29th, was it the 29th? The 29th, I got a text from some anonymous person telling me to stop calling Project Veritas. It's anonymous, though. It definitely isn't adultish. There's no adult who wrote this. Every sentence ends with an exclamation point. This is Project Veritas. Please stop calling. At this point, as soon as we see your phone number, your message gets deleted, so stop wasting my time. Keep the lines open for valid tips. This is a valid tip. This is the one environmental truth the world needs to know. And you know what, administration? Now, I've been calling and leaving messages for a while, and the only difference now is that two things. One, I'm putting these messages out onto the World Wide Web, and people are learning that Project Veritas isn't what they say they are. And two, I've started adding you to this, to these messages. Administration, I never did that before. So maybe the person who listens to the phone messages at the administration extension is kind of like a little left-wing snowflake who just can't handle the truth, or you just got to keep your job, so you have to be able to worship Project Veritas and O'Keefe, and you've just learned that wow, I just really blew most of what you thought they were from their you know, presentation of themselves, which isn't truthful. You've learned that they aren't truthful, and that they really aren't doing the world the service they say they are, and definitely not environmentally. And if it's not environmentally, it's probably a lot of other things too. So maybe it's because of you. But you know what? One thing is for certain is that all of Project Veritas is talking about this, and people together made this decision. Okay. So, you know what? Why don't you start being adults? Okay. Let's do that. When you get to work tomorrow, give me a call and let's get on the valid tips and the valid exposures that the world needs to know. So, and stop being a snowflake. Okay. So I just ended that. But, that's Project Veritas right here. This is them and this is them. No signature, no, just you only know it's them from the email. Who behaves like that? What business sends you a notice like this with no name associated with it, no anything, just anonymously? I mean, this could be from Project Veritas. It could be one of their employees' phones. It could be one of their employees' friends' number. This could be anybody. As I say, when you call this, you just get, okay, we'll call it right now. Okay, here we go. You get nothing. You just get like a beep. That's all you get. Leave a message. Hey, this is Eileen Connors, the environmental educator.
Record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Okay, hey, this is Eileen Connors, the environmental educator. Somebody from this number, some juvenile, sent me a text the other day telling me to stop bothering Project Veritas to do their job. Yeah, okay. Okay, when Project Veritas stops, as I told you in an email, ambushing people, fraudulently stating you expose everybody, stating you're about the truth, the one truth, stating that, O'Keefe wouldn't say anything that he wouldn't stand behind, blah, 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 a gazillion other things. So I just was wrapping up my video here I'm doing tonight, and I said, you know what, let's call this. I just showed them, like, it doesn't even have a name, it doesn't have anything, who you're calling here. So I just dialed you to let the World Wide Web know that. So I'm going to keep calling, and I do have valid tips, because if I didn't have valid tips, your legal team would be coming after me for stop harassing you and publicly stating you're making fraudulent statements, and your legal team can't do that because I have valid tips, and you just need to become adults and do your job. Okay? So, you know what? Anybody else can dial this number right here, 914-653-6123, and you will get that same just beep, leave a message. And that's what the absolute juveniles at Project Veritas do when they are asked to talk about their misdeeds, even though Project Veritas endlessly, and we can't get comment from them and they run away. Well, this so doesn't Project Veritas. So stay tuned, people. Happy 2022 and stay tuned.